So learning Zili Nishmas Etta Ahuva Basakim Sech Mila Perikei Mishnah Daled. Notal Even Oy Kair. If someone took a stone or a beam, Shel Hekdesh, that belonged to Bede Kabayis, Harezeh Loy Moel, he's not Moel. So the Gemara asks, why are you not Moel? If you took it, so you took it out of the Rishus of Hekdesh, really we'll see the next line says that Nosno l'chaver, if you give it to your friend, hu mol v'chaver le'mol. So even though in the beginning of the parak we said Me'ilah is having hano and pegam, there's also a musig of Me'ilah of haitzah merishus hekdesh. So just giving it to your friend is haitzah merishus hekdesh, and therefore you're mol by giving it to the friend. The chaver is le'mol because it's already yatzah l'chulin then. But if taking it out of the Rishus Hekdesh is chulin, so frag the Gemara, just by notal even oikoira shel Hekdesh, you should be mal. So the Gemara says, we're talking about Amar Shmuel begizbar hamasaris loy askinan. We're talking about that it was the gizbar, so he was allowed to take it. It was still in the Rishus Hekdesh when he took it. He was only mal when he gave it to his friend. Vona b'soy chabayis, when he builds it in his house, harezeh loy mal, he's still not mal. Frag the Gemara, why are you not mal? Kimin deshanya mal. If you're building in your house, you're being mishana. So the Gemara says, "Kigoin shehinicha amarav, kigoin shehinicha al pi hamaruba." You didn't make any shina in the stone or the kaira. You just put it on top of your skylight, and there was no shinoi made. Ad sheyidar tachteh b'shavar pruta, until you live and you have hanavid of a shavar pruta. What's the shavar pruta? I frag the Gemara in Baba Kamo daf chafa mebei zenen v'zeh loy chaser. So the Gemara wants to bring a raya from here that zenen v'zeh loy chaser, that tzarich lalos leischar, that if you're living in someone's house you would have to pay rent for it even though the other person is not being chaser. The Gemara is madcha, no, over here it's not shaloi midas, because hekdesh shaloi midas kehedjit midas tami. By hekdesh there's always das shchina ika, Rashi says over there. And therefore, it says if it's midas, and therefore living and having hana from hegdish to shavar pruta, you're already going to be chayiv. The next part of the Mishnah is very similar. Not al pruta shel hegdish hareza loimal, because we're talking about over here a gizbar also. So just by taking it, you didn't do anything wrong. But not al lechaveru humal v'chaveru loimal. As soon as you give it to a friend, then you're mal. It's moitzi lechulin, and now the chaver is not going to be mal. Not al lebalan. Let's say you gave it to the person that takes care of the bathhouse, so you paid him a pruta afal pi shaloi rochatz, even though you didn't wash in it, mal, your mal. Shehu oimer loy harei hamerchetz psucha hikanis v'rechaitz, because the balan tells you, here the bathhouse is in front of you, you can now go in by giving the pruta. So the Gemara in Bab Metzia Mem Chesam and Aleph, the famous Machlokes, Rabbi Yochanan says Mois is koines midaraisa. Rish Lakish says that midaraisa you need meshicha. Brings a raya from here that midaraisa you need meshicha. Why? Because on this Mishnah there's a brisa that says that when you give the money over to the person in charge of the bathhouse, to the balan, the reason why you're mal is because it's something that's not mechusar meshicha. But on something that you would need to be moishech, then Yitaka wouldn't be mal until you make that meshicha. And Taisus explains that's the words of our Mishnah. Harei hamerchetz psucha hikonis v'rechaitz. We're not mechusar meshicha over here. It's right in front of you. You could just go in it. And because of that, it's going to be an exception that you don't need meshicha and the mois is going to be kaina. But otherwise, you would need meshicha. So how is Rabbi Yochanan going to answer this? It's mavur that you need meshicha. So Taisa says that he's going to zatzai that we're talking about a bala nachri, and by a nachri, you taka need meshicha. Mishnah hey achilasai va'achilas chaveroi haniyasai v'haniyas chaveroi achilasai v'haniyas chaveroi haniyasai v'achilas chaveroi mitztarfen zeh zeh. Any combination of achila or hana between him and his friend are going to be mitztarif. The Rav says as long as behelam echad, that you're considered that you are moyel v'afilu zman meruba, even after a long time. So in this Mishnah, there's no Gemara right here, but on Yud Chesam Beis, a blot before, there's a Gemara that says, the Brisa that says, ifilu mikam v'ad shalosh shanim, even 3 years. Now, what's the case of achilas chavere that's mitztarif with your achila? You ate half the share, let's say, and your friend ate half the share. Why am I chayev for my achilas chavere? So Tosfos asked that l'chore can't be because of shlichus, even though by Me'ilah we're going to learn shortly that yesh shliach l'dvar avera, and if I tell a shliach to be moel, to be moitzi something from Rishus Hegdish, then the Mishaleach is moel. So over here, l'chari, you could have Me'ilah b'shlichus. But since we're talking about Achila frektosis, the Gemara in Kedushin on Daf Mem Gimel and Aleph says Lo matzinu b'chol ha'Torah kula that zenen v'zel lo chaser. The Gemara brings an example. Let's say I would tell someone to be balus ha'erva or to eat chalev. It's impossible for me to be mal. So even by Me'ilah, where there's Gzeres HaKosav Yesh Liach L'Dvar Avera, it doesn't make sense that if he has Hana, I should be over Me'ilah. So Taisa says it's not for the Achilas Chaveroi. Taisa says in one or two Terutzim, it's because I was physically Michael him, I put it L'Seich Piv, or that as soon as he took it right away, Mida'ag Be Kanya, he's cutting it right away. But in the case that the Me'ilah is coming through Hana, Taisus L'chayra holds you would not say Yesh Liach De'arveri even Legabe Me'ilah. Taisus in Kedushin Mem Gimel and Aleph looks like he's misupik about this. I didn't check it up inside now, but I think the Kilas Yaakov says the Vard is because even though you need Hana in order to be Mechayiv, but Nenev Eloi Pagam, you're going to be Pater. So Al Karchach, the Chiyav is not really coming because of his Hana. The Staipa, I think, says because Midin Gezel, with Chaim has Yisai, that Me'ilah is Midin Gezel, and therefore, possibly, even though B'chol HaTorah Kula Lo Metzinu Zenen V'zem Ischayev, but over here, even though there is Hana, that's not the Yisai HaChiyev, and therefore the Yisai HaChiyev is Gezel, and therefore you could say Shlichus, and that's Taisus Safek in Kedushin, on Mem Gimel and Aleph.